Mike was alluding to the idea that CeeDee Lamb doesn't have much, these are diva traits, or he doesn't, come off loud and boisterous as these other number one wide receivers. He'll more so let his play do the talking for him, and CeeDee Lamb reacts with this.
Seem to have a lot of diva to you. Why not?
You let your play do the talking. If you really a baller, I feel like you can only talk so much. You can talk yourself into a game. You can't talk yourself out one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big on action. I don't really do too much talking, but I can most definitely go get you a couple touchdowns.
Come on, Master Whitney, man. Come on, man. What are we doing here, my guy? And I think that's another trait. That's another underrated trait that we look at, with our number one receiver, or at least our last couple number one. Like, Dez was a different kind of guy. Dez was, Dez cussed out everybody on the sideline. Dez, you know what I'm saying? He was different. And, Coop was a guy, that was quietly doing his thing. Lamb was a guy that's quietly doing his thing. I kind of like it that way, At some point, Coop had to go, all right, now, somebody now, all right, it's week 15.
Yeah.
Can I get a look? Can I get a, you know what I mean? At some point, he did do that, but I don't think Lamb is going to have to be that guy. One, because his personality doesn't indicate that he's that guy. But two, he doesn't have a Coop to take targets away from him now. Like, he's gonna be the dude. I'm just really interested to see how this is gonna play out, man. CeeDee Lamb was like really one of my favorite receivers coming out of college, man. I really think he can be one of those dudes. And I'm gonna save that talk actually, because it's actually coming up in this these next few clips or whatever. But we're gonna get into this right now. Mike Silver asked CeeDee Lamb about the Patriots game in particular. And, you went back to watch the Chiefs game. I would often, just go back and watch film also. I kind of tuned into the Patriots game, and CeeDee Lamb looked like a number one receiver in that game, didn't he, Will Steele? You know what I mean?
100%.
Just when we needed a play, we went to him. And he did it all over the field. He, left side, right side from the slot. He did some backfield stuff. He did crossers. He did deep stuff. And he was looked at on the last play. Right, the big clutch play of the game, which is another reason why he's probably going to be just fine as a number one receiver. The big clutch game at the end, we played a fantastic job of finding the scrub, and it was CeeDee Lamb versus Mills. Or something like that. And we went at him, and we trusted CeeDee Lamb with that. Not only did he get us a catch, but he got us a touchdown. So Mike asked him about the Patriots game. These were CeeDee Lamb's thoughts on that.
Kind of just being in an atmosphere like that. It just wakes up, your inner personality. And I feel like for those who really love the game, I feel like they know exactly what I'm talking about. Your will to win kind of comes out a lot more. It kind of takes over just our attitude. And in that moment, obviously, it don't get no better than a night game, a day game that turns into a night game. I mean, it was a great atmosphere. Have a great, prestigious coach on the opposite sideline, and Bill. So I'm just like, man, this is an opportunity that I can't just let slip away. So just every opportunity that I got, or every time my name was called, I knew in my mind that I wanted to make that play. So regardless of the situation, I wanted to win.
Now, Will, I'm phony. Let me put my glasses on when I said this, man. Because I don't want nobody looking me in the eyes when I said, and I would love for you to put yourself on screen when I ask you this, Will, still. Well, whenever you do. Yeah. Look, Will, I'm phony. I love to, not necessarily bring controversy to the table, or not necessarily, boom, boom, boom. I ain't that Will still, but how many times did we look at Amari Cooper and go, you see where I'm going? How many times did we look at Amari Cooper and go, did he quit here? How many times did we look at Amari Cooper and go,
but a lot of fans did that, yes.
And look, when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me and you. I mean we like them or whatever. Yeah. And maybe me too. But how many times do we look at Amari Cooper and go, man, I just wish Amari had a little more dog in him, bro. Just a little more. And I hate he got dog. I hate that term. But I'm just saying, I'm just talking in words where everybody can agree with. Right?
Why'd you turn it into one of them, man?
I'm not turning it into he got dog in him guy, because I can't stand
the dog in him guy. You was with Coop. Now he gone. He the ops, and it's Coop at all costs, no matter what.
Will.
Basically.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't dislike Amari Cooper. I like reflecting going backwards, Will. I just like to just reflect on, and even though I still feel like, Amari Cooper's a cool little receiver, whatever, cool little number 2 receiver, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, though, Will, still is what we just heard from CeeDee Lamb. Just don't hate me, Will. What we just heard from CeeDee Lamb. Did we not feel like that we could have got more of that from Coop? Don't we just? Can you at least give me that, Will? I know it being.
I don't care if my receiver is doggish and yelling and screaming. I don't care about that. Just go out there and ball.
I didn't say yelling and screaming, Will, because Marvin Harrison wasn't necessarily yeller screamer, but he was doggish. But Will,
what was doggish about Marvin Harrison? Please tell me. Besides his play. Well, he played like when the ball came to his hand.
His play was doggish, right?
So why wasn't Coop at some point?
Me and Will Steele are arguing on Voch Lombardi live. We're doing what I'm saying, Will Steele. I'm not saying that Amari Cooper is soft. That's what Ready Red like to say. Ready Red. I'm not calling him soft, right? But I will say, don't you think that a lot of the fan base desired a little more from Amari Cooper? You know what I'm saying?
You're talking,
go ahead.
Talking about a Cowboys fan base that got on Des Bryant for being that same thing. Now, Amari Cooper, who isn't that exact, they don't know what they want. You had a dog, you cried about him. Now you don't got a dog, we cried about a guy who's not a dog. What are we doing, Voch?
I'm not going to sit here and let you just hate on my fan base. I'm not going to sit here and let you just talk to my beloved Cowboy fans in that way that I love to death. Door. I'm not going to sit up here and let you do that. But what I will say, though, Will, still, is when I hear CeeDee Lamb talk like that, right, it just kind of puts you in this reflective mode. It puts you in a mode of reflecting and thinking back on it. Yeah, Coop gave us. Sorry, Alex. He gave us fantastic performances versus like the Eagles, right? Like we'll watch some of those Eagles games. Mark will just start smoking the shit out the Eagles, right? Like that's doggish right there. But there'll be some games to where Cooper would just kind of, as a number 1 receiver, Will Steele, to where we would go, all right, I would love to look at Amari Cooper and be like, can we get a play right here? And I don't think that we had many moments.
Go to him.
I know, Will. Don't do this to me right now. I feel like Cooper would have those moments to where we're looking for those games from him. And he'll smoke these teams. He'll do this here and there, Will Steele. But in the Patriots game, you know how I felt in that Patriots game. It was tense in that Patriots game. It was thick in that Patriots game. Diggs got an interception. Diggs gave the ball back. You know what I'm saying? Diggs got so we need a play.
Right?
We need a play. How many times have we said, I need a play, and it went to Cooper and we got to play? How many times have I had? I'll
tell you. Amari Cooper's played in 3 playoff games with the Cowboys. Guess who's the best receiver in all 3 of those playoff games, Voch?
I mean, this your point. You tell me.
Amari Cooper. Hey, let me just tell you something here in that 49ers game. Who had the 6 receptions for 60 yards in the tutty? The best receiving performance for the team wasn't CeeDee Lambs. Wasn't CeeDee Lambs. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Go to him in those time frames. Why are we docking Amari Cooper because Dak went to CeeDee Lambs? That's what you want, right? Amari Cooper did a route that was like a wheel route that took the safety this way and put one-on-one coverage with Jalen Mills for CeeDee Lamb. Why are we docking him because he didn't go to Coop? That's silly. When we needed a bunch of plays and he went to Coop, go look at the numbers. Amari Cooper, when he gets 8 targets, eats. When he doesn't, he doesn't. He can't throw himself the ball. I digress because this is wild to me. He's not on the team no more. All of a sudden, Amari Cooper is a wide receiver too, and he's soft. Wow.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You're right. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It's fair. Let me tell you something. Hey, look, Chad, let me tell you something. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Look. Hey, look, let me tell you, ain't nothing wrong with saying you're wrong.
It's just you, bro. It's the fan base.
Yo, Chad, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong. Nothing wrong with being wrong. Coop's off, though.
Hey, Ready Red. We're Ready Red at. He's loving this, by the way.
Look, CeeDee Lamb, my guy, and I'm standing with my guy. Coop the ops now. He's a Brown. Go over there and catch passes from whoever the hell gonna be throwing the football now. Look, Will. So look. Fair point on that. Since we're having a realistic discussion, that is fair. That's totally fair. In that time, you know what I mean, the playoffs or whatever, sure, Coop did have better games than Lamb there. I just feel like what Lamb did in that Patriots game, Steele. I feel like what he did in that Patriots game, that was something that I wanted more from Cooper. Like when we lost the Eagles game, dog, like that's the one thing that Eagles fans kind of haunt me with. Man, Cooper wasn't even on the field. It's like going like a playoff qualifying game. You see what I'm saying? At least that's fair, Will Steele.
No,
a playoff
I haven't
game.
We haven't gotten a real answer on why the hell he wasn't on the field. He says it wasn't his call. Somebody else said it wasn't. It was his call, and so it looks funny. Yeah.
Even like think about like Green Bay playoff, like the playoff game that we lost or whatever, right? Tony and Dez. We need a play. It's 4th and 1. We're just gonna throw it to Dez and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's what I mean by that. And look, you're not finna shit on me on. You're not finna shit on Voch Lombardi on Voch Lombardi Live. That's fair. No, not on Voch. No, Will. That's fair.
I just don't know what more he can do besides run the route.
Will, you're not wrong, Will. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. You're not wrong. But that's your analyst brain. As fan brain, right? I wish that we had more moments I can look at and be like, man, I wish Amari Cooper in that situation took over. He did it. He did like a bunch versus these teams. It didn't end in the result that we wanted it to. Right. But Will, that's fair. I'm not saying you're wrong, Sky. That's fair. Prime time in the chat box say you're wrong, but that's cool. I'm not calling you wrong because I think that's fair. That is fair.
What am I wrong about? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Don't look at prime time, Will. It's me and you. Look, that's fair, Will. But what I'm just saying is, yes, Amari Cooper had the most catches in a playoff game, but Amari Cooper wasn't the reason why we didn't win that game off the back of Amari Cooper being doggish. We won the Patriots game for a lot of different reasons. We won the Patriots game because we leaned on CeeDee Lamb and he was being dog. And I hate the term dog, but we counted on CeeDee Lamb and he got it for us. That's all I'm saying, Will. Still, you're not wrong, but go ahead.
And you're not wrong either. See, they went to CeeDee Lamb. He ate. He was eating in the beginning of the year too. Here's the thing. I don't want people to think that we're pitting these two against each other. We're not. I just think you wanted more from Amari Cooper. I don't necessarily think that's wrong. Honestly, I wanted more from that receiving core in general. I think the receiving group, really didn't live up to the hype because for various reasons, right? So, all of them we kind of wanted some more from. But, Lamb, listen, before we get too far away, Lamb's that dude too. So I don't care. When it was Amari Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, I didn't care who got it, to be honest. And let's be real. If it was just Cooper like in 2018, Coop would have been that dude. But it was Lamb, Coop, and Gallup. So, not all the time, but so either one could have been that dude at that final play. That would have been cool. I didn't think it was going to come back to haunt Amari Cooper is what I'm saying.
One last point too. This is also like a Kellen Moore problem, right? So like, let me ask you this: the last play versus the 49ers, right? Whose fault is it? Is it Dak's fault or is it Kellen Moore's fault that we go to Cedric Wilson instead of going to like Cooper or Lamb? Whose fault?
Last
is
play the slide?
Yeah. No. The last play on the
3rd and 11.
Sure. That play. The one that Cedric Wilson just
wasn't. I think a combination. I think it's a combination. There's no way that Ced Wilson, like I'm not saying Ced shouldn't have been in the game, but there should have been something drawn up that goes to CeeDee Lamb or that goes to Amari Cooper. Then also a combination because Dak, there was the slot blitz that he didn't see coming and try to get away from, but he still threw it up there and gave him a shot. But yeah, it comes down to multiple things. Sure.